keep working at it. I want a bit of dry brush stroke happening. I want some soft edges and hard edges. So I think what I'll do is I'll get the black on first and come over the shoulder here. So I'm going to just come in here and follow the contours of the figure.
But you can just see that sleeve just completely pop straight out of the painting.
That's right. And this is where, with another brush, I'm going to wax some of this in here.
Okay.
So you can see why I remove it from the jar.
Yeah.
And
It's
then
a
I'm just going
fantastic
to,
effect.
actually I might use my spray bottle. We'll have a bit of gravity happening.
Lovely. Look at that.
Lovely. We'll have a little bit of orange muscling in on here as well. And then I'm just going to tilt this and can you see these little rivulets that are coming down here? I might just put a little bit more in there. Get my brush so that it's fairly thick, and what it does is it separates when you spray it. Oh, that's nice. You see, I'm trying to create an effect, and then we really want to tell a story, I think. You know, Pat's looking over here, and it's a little bit of a mystery as well. What's he doing? Who's he with?
Well, one of the things that obviously Australia is very lucky to have is that you coming down to do the workshops that you do down there. But while you're down there, after the workshops, you obviously wander off into the bush yourself and painted a lot of those beautiful, iconic Australian landscapes as well.
I love coming to Australia. It's a wonderful country. It's so different from New Zealand. New Zealand's a wonderful country as well to visit. But in between workshops in May, in between going to Art in Action, which is now called Art at the Top, I do a workshop there. Then I go off to Candos and we paint with some friends. And then I go on to another workshop in Newcastle. So I have nearly 2 weeks of really good fun and painting outdoors, which you can't beat painting outdoors. You have to be very careful at this stage not to overdo it, but just some little highlights. Just on the top lip there, for instance, we want to put Pat in context, and so I just want to put a hint of some tools in there, but I don't want it to become another focal point. That's really important. Well, after a full day's work, I think that we've finished. I could do a little bit more, but I could go on and on with this, and you have to know when to stop with watercolours, you really do. It's better to be a little bit less than you wanted than too much. It's much better to leave some undone in watercolour. So I'm quite pleased the way this has gone. I'm going to now put my signature. I usually put my signature in the bottom right somewhere, not always, but I use a nice red. Here's my Daler-Rowney permanent red. But it's very important because the signature is part of the artwork, so it's got to be a nice signature.